Hello.
Hello YouTube and welcome back to the second part of the UCC Power Rankings. We are unfortunately joined by Ben and we're lovingly joined by Dr. Slacking himself.
Very nice, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you. It's a shame about Ben
I know, right? Ruining the professionalism over here. God.
Amateurs.
Amateur hour, right? We fellow YouTubers need to stick together.
Exactly, I agree. Strike, we should form a union.
Yeah, YouTube Union.
We'll kick Ben out of it.
Kick Ben out. Everyone doesn't have a channel and get kicked out.
Last time we did the first 10 teams.
We did.
And now we're going to do the top 10 teams. That's confusing because I said first 10.
The first 10
but what I
and
meant
the top
is
10.
bottom 10.
The bottom 10.
Yeah, and now we're going to do the top 10.
We are.
And we're going to do it quickly without getting distracted because the last one was a mess.
It was a mess. So hopefully this one's more professional. Anyway,
okay, yeah.
In 10th place, we have Team Rampar Fam, coached by Ryan.
And if I could find them on the dock, there we go. Their team is Megamanectric, Neuven, Latios, Lipard, Arcanine, Excadrill, Mamoswine, Buzzwole, Weezing, Rampardos, the mascot, Delmise, and Slowking.
Yes. And judging by it, he likes his Excadrill. He had it last season. Rampardos, obviously mascot. Though. No sand, no. But he likes to bring a Choice Scarf, Mold Breaker, if I do remember.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's still a very good Pokemon. 135 attack, great typing, good HP.
Yeah, it's been near the top of the MVP for God knows how long. So it's always up there doing the work. Obviously, he's got the bulk in Slowking, Delmise, Arcanine can be run bulky, Latios can be run semi-bulky, and then the likes of Weezing as well.
Yeah, Delmise. Yeah, it's a nice build. And he's actually got probably the best speed tiers I've seen. From 135 down to 30, he literally does not have a speed gap that I can see unless I'm missing. Oh, between 60 and 79, there's a smaller speed gap between Weezing and Buzzwole. Everything else, is filled in. Pretty impressive.
The only problem with his team is on the actual rankings is his type imbalance because he is week 2, Dragon, Fairy, Rock, Dark, and Ghost. Which
has a few common weaknesses. Okay.
Very common weaknesses, yeah.
Makes sense.
But besides that,
he doesn't have a grounded poison type, so he can't soak up T-Spikes, which isn't ideal. But he does have a steel type spinner that's immune to T-Spikes and can spin them away. So, and a defog Latios with levitate potential. And...
yeah. So overall, semi-decent team. I think it's going to be like a mid-table finish, probably. From just by looking at it.
I think there's a little bit a lack of synergy, like you said. Those common weaknesses.
Yeah.
Things don't necessarily fit together super well. For example, Delmise and Slowking being the main defensive core, both having that ghost weakness is not ideal. And that dark weakness as well. So, yeah, I do think there's one or two. But every Pokemon has its place. That's one thing I would say is that there's not a Pokemon here that you wouldn't want to bring to a lot of games. A Lipard is one of the weaker ones, but it still definitely has its place in a lot of matches.
There's prankster abilities and whatnot, and so on. Can put in the finest of work. Now in 9th place, we have Berry and the scary fluffy thingies. Fellow OG to the UCC. No, he hasn't been in all 11 seasons. That's a lie. He's been in most of them though.
Lie to the people. Do not lie to them. They don't want to be lied to. Tell them the truth.
He has been in. I think he missed 2 seasons. I think that's about it. He's been in every single one. So yeah, he's an OG, and his team is
pretty impressive.
Raikou, Gliscor, Silvally, Blaziken with Speed Boost, Heatran, Slurpuff, Alolan Sandslash, Ordino, Alolan Executor, Mega Snow, Slowbro, and Escavalier. So he's rocking the Slush Rush that's hard to say. Slush Rush Sandslash. Slush Rush.
Slush Rush Sandslash.
Slush Rush Sandslash.
Yes.
The Slush Rush.
Which we now know gets outsped by Deoxys speed.
by two. By two. But yeah,
Counts. Every point counts.
it does.
A really interesting a team with things like really hard hitting things like Alolan Executor and Mega Abomasnow and Scavalier, but that are all really slow as well.
Yeah. But then he's got
Assuming
Speed Boost Blaziken.
exactly, that's what I was going to say. He's got Webs and Slurpuff. He's got Speed Pass and Blaziken.
Yeah.
And potential Trick Room and Slowbro and Executor. So it may be that there is kind of thoughts there. I don't know if Ordino gets Trick Room. I don't think so. But
I don't know. He's got a very slow team on paper because then you've got one mob of speed 100. But as you said, he's got Webs, he's got Trick Room and all whatnot.
But it's not an overly fat team considering it's quite slow. Slowbro's fat. Escavalier's pretty fat. But it doesn't get that much recovery. Ordino is fat-ish, but
it gets Wish, I think.
Yeah, it can provide wish support, which actually Alolan Executor can provide wish support as well, which is not really bigger HP stat.
Glow Score's quite bulky.
At 90.
It needs to be. Heatran can be quite bulky when it needs to be.
That's true. Yeah, I think some of his faster things, Silvally can be built to be bulky. Yeah, that's true. I think his bulk is it's not like obvious walls, but they exist. They exist. Yeah. He has a versatility.
Does he have any glaring, impressive things on the stats rankings? Let's have a look. He's got the second highest special attack stat, which is. He's got the worst special. He's got the worst speed stat, unsurprisingly there.
Yeah.
Everything else is about average across the board. Yeah. So he's got good special attackers, but no speed.
And the other thing he's got is a potential unburdened Slurpuff with like a belly drum and a citrus berry to get that thing's speed doubled. Sandslash and Hail, that thing's speed doubled.
Yeah.
So and Blaziken after a speed boost is really fast. So even though on paper and even like Gliscor can pass speed as well, it can run like I don't know if it's Rock Polish or Agility. It gets 1 of 2 with Baton Pass. So
he has options.
I think like he has. Yeah, it's not as slow as it initially looks.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's a hidden. Speedy team, the hidden gem. That's what it's called, hidden gem.
This would be a really interesting team to see how it plays out. Actually, it's definitely like a weird draft, but a really cool one.
It's a berry draft. Let's put it that way. It's a berry draft. Anyway,
look how efficient we are being without Ben.
I know,
this is remarkable.
It's amazing.
Rude, You're just rude.
Oh, here we go.
So well without you.
Exactly. Anyway, in 8th place, we have the Brazumaril, coached by Jack.
Who drafted Dugtrio, so double trio.
Double trio.
That's
Trio.
Mega Latios, Heliolisk, Komodo, Quillfish, Decidueye, Ludicolo. Everything on his team ends in O. Metagross, Magearna, Pelipper, and Umbreon.
Yes.
This team is actually like Ludicolo in rain. Mega Latios is a problem. Dugtrio trapping things can be a real pain.
Yeah.
He's got Hazard Stack and Quillfish with spikes and T-spikes. Komodo's got special or physical sets. He's got setup options or Totemize Dragon Dance. Magearna's got so many sets. Umbreon's fat. Metagross is a really good steel type.
Yeah, it's it's just one of those teams, isn't it?
Yeah, just a really, really, really solid draft, I think. Really solid draft.
Really solid. Like the Dumbreon's really annoying. Decky Dewey is Decky Dewey can be run like physical special, gets decent enough move pool from what I remember. Does get
definitely
defog,
different priority. I think it's Sucker Punch and Shadow Sneak. So and it definitely gets defog as well. I think it even gets U-turn, so it's a pivot.
Yeah. And obviously Komodo Z move gets the Omni boosting, blah 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 blah.
You can run Commonium Z or whatever.
Yeah.
You can have that. This league is crazy.
It's not the craziest league out there. Let's just put it.
That is...
Yeah, but it's the best league out there. That's what matters. It is the best league out there.
That's insane. So yeah, that makes Komodo even better.
Yeah.
Like...
Surprisingly, it's still tier 2 in this league with that, but that's just mad. Anyway.
One thing he does have a little bit is a lot of typings that still share a lot of common weaknesses.
Yeah.
like Metagross and Magearna, whilst they don't have the shared dark weakness, they're still both weak to ground and fire.
Yeah.
Like to begin with, so that's not really that big. And then like Mega Latios and Komodo are both still weak to Fairy in particular, stands out. So
yeah,
there's a little bit of overlap where some weeks, if he just brings, it doesn't. I think you have to be careful with a team like this to make sure that there's not just one set that would sweep you with the right coverage.
But on paper, his only weakness is ice, so overall,
that's not bad.
It's okay, but it just needs to be careful.
Like I say, because like Ludicolo's a water type, but it's got the grass. Pelipper's got the flying, so I guess his main ice resist is looking like Quillfish.
So ice resist are...
And then Metagross and Magearna, of course.
Yeah.
Types, to be fair, are pretty nice. But that being said, any ice type that, like Mamoswine, for example, with ground coverage, just goes to town.
I can't remember who has Mamoswine, but if they're playing Jack, they're going to be in a good situation.
Yeah, although that's true for a lot of teams. Mamoswine has amazing coverage.
Yeah. Next up, we have another tie for 6th place. Ridiculous. First up, we have the Miami Flamethrowers, coached by a newbie to the league in Southway High.
Yes. Who has drafted Mega Alakazam, Scyther, Garchomp, Tapu Lele, Bruxish, Rotom Heat, Serena, Bishop, Viper, Porygon 2, Blissey, and Alolan Golem.
Now, the first thing that jumped out to me about this team is Mega Alakazam in Psychic Terrain.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just, disgusting. Because Tapu Lele is bad enough with 130 special attack. With Mega Alakazam 175 special attack. Things are dying. Like legit.
Even Bruxish in Psychic Terrain, because with Psychic Fangs, Bruxish's the strong durability boosts it, doesn't it? So that's going to hit so hard.
It is. My boy Bruxish is going to hit so hard. Also, Psychic Fangs does get rid of screens, so if there's like a Aurora Veil or whatever, it can just chomp my way through that. But he's also got the bulk. Psychic Fangs can break screens.
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot that. I remember when it was unveiled, but I entirely forgot that since the first trailer was announced.
Yeah. I'm a Bruxish, master now because I've used it so many times. But
it's a cool Pokemon.
Yeah.
Although Bruxish and one or two things like Bruxish, Bisharps, Viper, they don't really like Psychic Terrain because they like to have Sucker Punches or Aqua Jets and stuff. So that's not ideal. But
but you can play around that, definitely. But he's also got the bulk in Blissey and Porygon 2, which is absolutely disgusting.
Although, interestingly, both fat normal types, so not getting the in the defense there.
Yeah.
A potential problem. Although I guess fighting types don't really want to come against Alakazam, Tapu Lele, and Bruxish.
No.
So he has that going for him. But yeah, it would be interesting if something like fighting types with certain coverage and certain reads could be a real problem, I guess. It's just if it's brave enough to actually bring them.
Yeah, definitely. But he does have a very, like my team, he's got a big speed gap from Alakazam to Cypher with that 45 speed gap. But it should be okay because Mega Alakazam's just, speedy mother trucker.
Yeah, and once you get over 105, the amount of mons that fill in those speed tiers become fewer and fewer, and a lot of them aren't super useful. So
yeah,
my personal opinion is if your speed gap over 105, the team is not the end of the world.
Yeah, like mine.
Although I realise I'm saying that to the man that drafted a whole team of Pokemon over 105. So
exactly.
When I was in the league has a Pokemon to fill that speed gap because you took them all. So...
I've both of them. It's fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah. So the team that was joint with the Miami Flamethrowers is another newbie to the league is the eccentric executors coached by a fellow Jake.
Another Jake.
Another Jake, yes.
Oh, his logo is cool. What is going on with his logo?
Yes, it's very interesting logo, to say the least.
Someone is wielding a Lowland Executor like a weapon.
Yes.
Wouldn't anyone, though?
Very, very tall. Very, very tall. So...
Yeah, unlike someone in the call.
Matthew, yes.
There we go.
Okay, well...
So he's rocking...
See, we were doing so well before, Jake. We were getting on just fine without Ben. And now, betray me. Like that.
I couldn't help it, I'm sorry. Anyway, so he's got Azelf Salamence, Mimikyu Roserade, Mega Gyarados, Magnezone Scrafty. He's got his Executor, Azumarill, Regirock, Gigalith, and Torkoal.
You what?
You what?
Oh, yes. She told me about this.
What?
Fantastic.
What is going on?
What's happening? What?
I don't even know.
Back to the draft. I don't know what's wrong with Ben. Nobody knows.
Sorry about that. That was fantastic.
Well, for God's sake. Anyway, so he has...
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just getting a little bit excited about other things.
As you do.
Can you mute your mic while you do that? Please.
Genuinely, I thought I did, but the other one wasn't muted.
See, but come on.
Come on now. We're making progress here.
Double rock on this team. That's the first thing that jumps out at me. Gigalith and Regirock seems an odd choice. Don't they do exactly the same thing? Just one doesn't set sand.
Kind of. Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, that one seems a weird pick to me. Other than Regirock in sand is going to be with like 200 in both defenses, pretty much, I think. Or is it 150? Not sure. I think it's 200.
Yeah, it's 150. It's 150. I think it's 1.5.
Insanely fat, so I guess there's that, but it's still a weird one to me. But the rest of the draft makes a lot of sense. Azelf, Salamence, Mimikyu, Roserade, these are really good Pokemon. We've got Hazard Stack and Roserade with spikes and T-spikes.
The beauty of Roserade is Technician's Hidden Power.
Yes, yeah, that too.
Base 90, any move you want. Come on now. Powerful.
Very true.
Great thing, I have to say.
And then he's got Torkoal, Chlorophyll Executor.
Ah, I was about to say, and I don't know why Torkoal's there either. Now I do.
Executor.
Yeah, that works. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Gyarados for setup. Like, there's a lot of setup on this team between Salamence, Mimikyu, and Mega Gyarados.
Yeah. Scrafty, Dragon Dance, Mega Gyarados, Dragon Dance, Salamence, Dragon Dance. What more do you ask for?
Azumarill, Belly Drum.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is a pretty cool team. And actually, looking at that Azumarill, of course, huge power not being factored in again, meaning that stats would bump him potentially even higher with that boost to his attack.
Even without that, he's still got average of 100 attack, which is like insane.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if that was double, that'd be like nearly 110. But you know.
Yeah, it would. Where is he ranked for attack overall out of the league? Where does he?
Attack. He is 5th in attack.
I thought he'd be even higher than that, but that's still decent. And it's not as though you can't just bring physical walls against him, because he still has Magnezone, he still has Roserade, he still has Executor that hit pretty hard on the special side. Torkoal and the Sun.
Mence
You don't want to take a potential. Azelf, actually, you've got it's pretty hard. And he has pivot options in Azelf U-turn. Volt Switch, Magnezone. Yeah. So he's got some. This is a cool team, definitely.
Yeah. Newbie to the league. Hopefully he can bring it home for the Jakes, and we can.
One of you can do well.
One of us can do it. Yes.
One of you can do above average.
Above average. That's above average. That's my goal. Above average. Now, next up is your boy, Sean, and the Sinnoh Starlets.
Best logo in the league.
Best logo. No bias there at all.
Yes, just absolutely no bias. Best logo. Don't know who made it, but they're an artistic genius.
Yeah.
And whoever came up with the idea.
They're far too keen on looking at Yes. Well,
the person that made that logo saw to make that logo can never be forgotten.
Not safe for YouTube.
No.
Well, I mean, you don't really want people to know what you had to Google to find out, because that's getting into some...
It's not what I had to Google. It's what came up when I Googled that or when whoever made the logo Googled that.
You spoiled that much.
Well, that cat's out the bag.
Much.
It's fine.
Away with that one.
Nicely done.
It's fine because it's not going up on my channel, so it's fine. Doesn't need to worry about it. But anyway,
smooth, man. Smooth.
His team consists of Tornadus Incarnate, Megalatias, Galvantula, Darmanitan, Landorus Furion, Rotomwash, Bibarel, Scizor, Hariyama, Regisil, Wobbuffet, and Aromatisse.
Why is Sean like this? Why has he drafted Bibarel and Wobbuffet?
I mean, Wobbuffet I can understand, and Barrel I do like in some areas of the game. But
Barrel's amazing.
Yeah, cool.
Simple sword signs with Aquajet. What more can you ask for?
Maybe, but I've known people to draft Bibarel and it always underwhelmed for them. So we'll see.
We'll see. It's Sean. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. I mean, I'm sure he will use Wobbuffet like the true disgusting man he is.
Wobbuffet.
He actually has some interesting Trick Room Aromatisse, now that it gets Nasty Plot, can be pretty scary. And Hariyama into Trick Room would be terrifying.
As well as Scizor as well, that could be absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. He has nice wallers as well in Registeel and Aromatisse. And this actually is a pretty inoffensive draft for him though. Like there's not too much.
Yeah.
And Rotomwash I guess is pretty fat. But what's really cool about his team is sort of the sticky web option with some of the offensive threats like Darmanitan, Megalatias, Tornadus Incarnate. And his pivot core with Galvantula, Tornadus, Darmanitan, and Landorus is really, really cool. And Rotomwash actually, giving him a really nice kind of Volt turn core.
Yeah. Very
team actually gives him a lot of momentum.
It does a lot of momentum. He is first in setup, which is not really surprising there. What else is he? Standout stats has he got? He's second in special defense. He's first in defoggers. And that's about it. So yeah.
I think it's just a solid draft. I think that's the thing. It's like it's not overly fat and it's not overly offensive. It's a pretty nice balanced draft. I mean, it is pretty offensive, but
yeah,
it's on the offensive side of balance. I think.
Yeah,
it's not like your draft.
What? Nah.
Which is definitely hyper offensive.
It's very hyper offensive. Almost certainly. So in fourth place we have Mascamoji, coached by Mr. Roberto.
Masquerain as his mascot, as his team mascot.
It is.
He has the second best team in the league after Nico's then. Automatically. That's how it works.
Yes. And Rob has on his team Tornadus Furion, my boy Blacephalon, Zoroark, Regigigas, Tentacruel, Beware, Sylveon, Electros, Araquanid, Rhyperior, Ferrothorn, and Mega Sableye.
I think this team is kind of gross. Sylveon, Ferrothorn, Mega Sableye, Rhyperior, Araquanid, even Beware, Regigigas. This is just fat on fat on fat. Even like Tentacruel's Spadef, obviously, and then Tornadus, throw an AV on there. Like,
yeah.
Fat team.
Barring Blacephalon and Zoroark, his team is just fat.
Yeah, but the nice thing is it's not passive fat in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Rhyperior can hit pretty hard.
Beware, Sylveon.
Yeah.
Regigigas.
One or two things. Yeah, there's one or two things like Ferrothorn and Mega Sableye. They're a little bit more passive, but Ferrothorn with a Gyro Ball can still put in some work against certain Pokemon.
Yeah. Good Gyro Baller, unlike Stack Attacker. Apparently.
This is the difference. You are quite correct there. Stack Attacker, bad Pokemon. In summary. Thank you.
There we go.
Didn't get distracted there. Are you proud of me?
He has got.
He
nearly. I'm impressed.
I nearly got distracted.
He is first in typings because he has no weaknesses on his team. None at all. which is very impressive.
Yeah, he does look like he has good type synergy across the board. One of the fun things on this team is Tornadus Therian is going to bring out a lot of steel types that might want to try and take Hurricane or whatever, and if he just U-turns out into the Blacephalon, he's clicking Fire Blast and things are dying. So
yeah,
he actually has some quite nice synergy in his offensive typings too.
Yeah, he also has access to all 4 hazard sets on this team. Because he has Sticky Web to Arachnid, he's got Toxic Spikes Tentacruel, he's got Stealth Rocks Rhyperia, and Spikes on Ferrothorn.
There's a little bit of emphasis on Ferrothorn to be the Rock Certer, because I don't think Rhyperia will necessarily come to every great game.
Yeah.
And as far as I can see, unless I'm missing something, his only removal would be Tornadus and Tentacruel. Limits how much he could run like AV Tornadus potentially, or what he's going to be using Tentacruel for maybe.
He does have Magic Bounce Mega Sableye though.
You mega up, so if you don't bring it in early game, say you don't start with it, whatever, then people can just start getting hazards up on you before you got it mega evolved. It's not like Xatu where it's instant Magic Bounce. So I do think that's one thing that I would probably pick out on the team.
Yeah, if he had a decent. Well, not a decent. He's got a decent one, Tentacle and whatnot. But if he had,
he's definitely
options,
got good ones. But maybe just one more. Maybe another Rock Setter and another removal would be ideal. But that we're nitpicking because this is obviously a good draft. That's why it's so high.
Yeah. Now we come to the bulk end of this because we're now in the top 3. And in third place is last year's champion Alan, coach of the Slow Bros.
Yeah, and Alan's team this season is, if I can find it,
the very first one on the dock.
Aerodactyl, Aselgor, Superior, Cobalion, Miltank, Victini, Drapion, Zygarde 50%, Rotom, Seismitoad, Clefable, Empoleon. And I have to say this before we go any further, this might be my favorite team. I really, really like this team.
Yeah? This is
so cool. Really, really impressive. He's got really nice walls in Clefable, Empoleon, potentially Miltank.
Yeah, bulky Miltank.
That's Mega Aerodactyl. Zygarde 50%, some setup. Seismitoad is a really cool Pokemon. I'm a big fan.
Big fan. Once again, this team's got no weaknesses, so it's a good team.
The problem is, Matt, you're not a big fan, you're a little fan.
Says the man with a little voice. I can hardly hear you.
I had to fix my microphone, and it went back to normal.
Fantastic.
Does he sound really quiet for you as well?
He does. He seems like the guy in the back of my head saying, my conscience.
Little man is what
it's a bad conscience.
The little person in the back of your head, Jake. I probably am.
Yeah.
But I'm still bigger than Matthew.
Oh, like your voice. And he actually, going back to this team, Alan has kind of done to the hazards and the removal that we were just talking about with Rob's team, where he's got removal on Empoleon, he's got removal on Rotom.
He's got removal on
both of which are
as well.
Removal on Mega Aerodactyl. But the first in particular, Empoleon and Rotom are more than happy to defog pretty much all the time. But he's got 2 different options that are really happy to do it. And then, as you say, a couple of niche options that can do it.
Yeah.
He's got hazards in Seismitoad, Clefable, Empoleon. I think Drapion gets T-Spikes.
Yeah.
Yep, best hazard.
Balion, Aselgor.
Also,
everything on his team gets Stealth Rock or some sort of hazard. This is a really cool team.
Yeah, Aselgor is amazing as well. Having used it in LTC, it had a lot of diversity for it. Good fun.
Definitely. His speed tiers are looking pretty good as far as I can see. I can't really see any huge gaps. It's just
the jump between Aselgor and Superior is the only one that jumps out to me.
Yeah. Something that's 120, 125, but if that's all we can nitpick, then
yeah, that's not huge. One thing, he doesn't have anything like super slow down in the 30s, so maybe some, like a Trick Room, Reuniclus, things like that could potentially be a bit of a problem, but
yeah,
it's the sort of thing you can work around though when the time comes. It's not the sort of thing that you can bring appropriately every week. So
yeah,
I think he has really cool instant wall break Daggers and things like Victini, and then setup options with like Superior and Zygarde. So
he's a really well balanced. Really well.
Yeah. Fable can be a bit of a setup thing. Even Napoleon can run some setup sets some weeks. So
yeah.
And Drapion as well. So actually, there's so much this team can do. I don't think any coach is going to be able to accurately predict his builds that easily because a lot of his team can do a lot
about being in his division again this season.
Same here.
You should be. You should be. If this is last season's champion, he has a draft like this. That's scary.
Yeah. Almost certainly. Now we move into the top 2, where one of the coaches is a scrub, and the other one is Elliot. But
well, I think both coaches are scrubs then.
Okay then. So in second place we have Elliot and the Michigan Meow.
We do. Who drafted Pheromosa, Ash Greninja, Talonflame, Electabuzz,
Sorry.
Kieran, Necrozma, X-Cloud, Jellicent, Donphan, Mega Mawile. What is wrong with Elliot? Amoonguss and Shuckle. What is wrong with this boy? Every time he gets a draft, Pheromosa, Ash Greninja, Mega Mawile, he just picked 3 busted Pokemon. How did he get 3 things that are banned in most leagues?
Because Elliot.
All to him.
Because
I don't understand this.
Yeah, because Elliot.
I'm convinced this is how Elliot drafts. Everyone else makes a plan, have an idea. I think Elliot just looks each round, what is the best Pokemon here objectively? That one is, I'm going to pick it. For the first 3 rounds, and then he fills the holes, and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a good way to...
Maybe it is, but he has the terrible bird. So it's fine.
He... like Talonflame.
Talonflame is meh.
Okay, it has its place.
Good usability still. People think that just because Gale Wing's got nerfed to a severe degree, that Talonflame is now useless. It's not.
It's definitely not. I do think that his whole team is really, really nice with things like Necrozma, Amoonguss forming a really nice defensive kind of core there, because obviously Necrozma has some bulk, but it can be offensive as well.
Yeah.
Jellicent, I think, is such an underrated Pokemon. Donphan, physical bulk, Amoonguss special, and physical bulk with a big HP stat. I mean, Shuckle is obviously just to be thrown out and sponge hits and get hazards up, but...
Yeah.
Plus, the rest of his team could be incredibly helpful. Mawile under Sticky Webs is very strong.
Yeah.
But even things like Ash Greninja...
You can't quite outspeed naturally.
Yeah, and the faster things like Pheromosa, Ash Greninja, and Talonflame under Sticky Webs means then they're not going to be outsped by Scarfers that might otherwise catch them off guard, you know?
Yeah. Or Deoxys Speed.
Yes, or Deoxys Speed. Run Scarf Deoxys Speed against Elliot, please.
I will. Outspeed Pheromosa. Easy. Sorted. There we go. Anyway.
I'm going to have a look and see if you can play Elliot.
Please don't play Elliot.
I don't think you do.
Damn it.
Yeah, he has hazard options in Ash Greninja, obviously getting spikes and T-spikes. Necrozma getting stealth rocks. Donphan getting stealth rocks. Mega Mawile getting stealth rocks. Shuckle getting stealth rocks.
He gets double
so
rapid spin.
And webs.
Because Pheromosa gets rapid spins with Donphan.
Oh, I didn't know Pheromosa did. Yeah, that's true. So he has double removal there. What's his defoggers though? That is one thing I would say is that Talonflame isn't a particularly viable defogger. So looking at it,
yeah, that's his only defogger.
Pheromosa isn't a particularly viable rapid spinner. You want to be attacking with Pheromosa. So I would say that
it's just Donphan, pretty much.
Donphan's pretty much his removal, and Donphan can do so much more than rapid spin because it's a great Pokemon that's underrated. So I do feel like
Elliot won't see that. He'll just bring rapid spin.
If it fills the niche he needs to get the most out of Pheromosa and Ash Greninja, I guess that's what this team is built around, really.
Yeah. So yeah, that is second place, and now we move on to first place, which unfortunately is Hooper's All Stars Unbound, coached by Checkmate and Ben.
I disagree. This is not the first place team.
Well, we know it's second place team because Nico's first.
Not even
But
second.
that doesn't make you second because I only had 2 rankings come into this, and it was Nico first and you last. They were the only teams that I had ranked. And I haven't even looked at your draft, but you're last anyway, Ben.
I appreciate it.
Welcome.
And that is the power rankings.
That's it.
In summary, that is all.
That is all. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
Ben's team is Crobat, Greninja, Mega Diancie, Latias, Virizion, Entei, Genesect, Lantern, Kamala, Torterra, Alola Muck, and Steelix.
Is this Protean Greninja or a regular Greninja?
Protean.
Protean Greninja plus Genesect, kind of.
This is a team that Strumpf would have a wet dream over.
Hasn't got Dunsparce.
Not quite. You're missing regen on it. That's the thing.
Yeah,
He
but
would.
it's got Mega Diancie, and that's all that it needs.
Who knows? I need the Mushroom, the Reuniclus, and the Tornadus to be a true Strumpful team. But I can see the Greninja plus the Mega Diancie would greatly appeal to him.
Yeah.
And Genesect would appeal to everybody. I do think you've got a really momentum core with Crobat, Greninja, Genesect, all giving you fast kind of U-turn options.
There's also stuff like Kamala in the back as well for a slightly slower pivoting option as well.
Yeah.
Turn, slower Volt Switch too. Alola Muck to Pursuit Trap things, which is no bad thing, although you don't have a particularly glaring psychic weakness at all, to be fair.
No, it's not. I mean, I've only got 2 psychic weaknesses, so
Yeah.
that's Virizion and Crobat, and they're not exactly. You'd generally run something else to beat them. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would tend to agree, but I think it's it looks solid to me. Your speed tiers have any gaps apart from between Lantern and Genesect, so the kind of the base 90s 80s
Yeah.
are going to be a bit of a problem for
trying
you.
to fill out, but unfortunately, I kept getting sniped towards the later part of the round. Stuff kept going missing, so I improvised and just took Lantern instead.
Yeah.
Your removal is Kamala, Crobat.
Latias. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have enough options there. Latias doesn't mind being in defog sometimes. Crobat doesn't mind being defogged sometimes, and Kamala's nearly most of the time happy to be a rapid spinner. So there's probably enough going on there.
There's also Magic Bounce as well, which is kind of handy.
Yeah, Mega Diancie.
That's true, yeah. And your T-Spiker is Greninja? Is that the only one?
Yeah, it's the only one. Yeah.
Interesting, because do you think you will bring T-Spike Greninja that often with it being Protean, or do you think every week without fail?
There we go. See? You're playing bed, just...
I mean, this is probably going up after my week 1 battle. I hope it is anyway, otherwise it's going to be a real big spoiler. But I am bringing Toxic Spikes week 1.
Let's go to editing table. Let's go. When are you battling? Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put them both up tomorrow, yeah? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Because that would be interesting to see how often you click it, just because obviously Protean Greninja can do so much.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good T-Spiker because I think it forces things to switch out, which give you a free T-Spike because they're scared of it. But you would want to click that rather than clicking attacks.
Yeah.
I mean, if I've got my T-Spike up, I don't really mind.
It's a very powerful T-Spiker.
Yeah. Almost certainly.
I mean, of all the T-Spikes there are, Protean Greninja's a pretty good one. It's one of those things as well because it can nichely catch something trying to toxic it. Because it is a sort of thing, if there is a bulky thing on the other side of it, they do sometimes like to toxic predicting a switch. And stuff like T-Spikes can come in kind of handy for that sort of thing.
Is that some like fire types could be a little bit, maybe not. I'm just trying to look for your kind of switch-ins to cover your weaknesses, but I think you'll probably be okay actually. You've got Lantern in there. You've got.
And there's
like
lots of
Latias.
lower tier stuff to try and cover for the gap in the higher tier. Well, there's obviously going to be gaps. Stuff like fire types, they can be checked by things like Latias, and then if they have to be, then I can also use, as you say, in the lower tier stuff like Lantern as well.
Yeah, because that's the first thing that stood out, is that I couldn't really see a bulky water, forgetting that Lantern was right there. And Lantern actually, with its dual immunity potential, can be quite a fun Pokemon. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things that the Scald switch in is pretty much required on every team because it's such a spammable move.
Yeah.
So whether it's going to be something like Latias that can just switch into it easily, whether it's Lantern, or whether it's something stupid like Muck, I mean, there are options there.
I mean, you have Kamala as well.
Kamala as well, yeah. Another great. It's something that I feel like lots of teams need but don't have. It's something that I've begun to I was able to appreciate in my experience from particularly the UCC anyway. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the team generally. I got sniped quite a lot towards the later stages, which sucked, but it happens. Not going to hold anyone against anyone, although it does show my win percentage as being wrong.
The only thing I would say for your team, but your two stealth rockers are or your two main stealth rockers, because obviously Mega Diancie can do that job too, but quite often you might not want it to.
Yeah.
Are Torterra and Steelix, which are both pretty low tier. I mean, to be fair, but they're not the best stealth rockers in terms of the other things they can bring to your team. That would probably be my main.
I mean, hazards are potentially going to be an issue for the team, because stuff like Torterra isn't something you can spam every week at all.
No.
And Diancie isn't something you really want to bring rocks on, which is almost forces me into a place where I have to bring either Steelix or Torterra, and neither one of them are frequently ideal for games. So,
yeah.
It's something I'm sure the team will evolve as we get on through the season, but it's little things that I just need to tinker with, I reckon.
Yeah.
I agree. I would say that's kind of the main observation that I would want to give on this draft.
Hop on that trade transfer market and you'll be Gucci.
Yeah. There's
So
another reason why I'm not trading for Turtonator.
Turtonator. Anyway.
Well, then Steelix would come every week.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah,
there we go.
That is a wrap for the UCC Power Rankings. And that's probably the last video you're going to see on the UCC channel until next season.
Possibility.
You never know. If any coaches out there want to upload battles, they can on the UCC channel.
Yeah, just hit either myself or Jacob with the DM, and we'll give you the.
Yeah, we'll give you the
Nico
details.
told me he wanted to upload his. Nico said he wanted to upload his, so you should contact Nico.
Okay.
Well, we got to have the god.
Yeah, we need to.
I think it has to happen. And Sean as well. Sean said he wanted to upload his, so
yeah.
There we go. That's two.
That's two. Yeah.
The UCC channel is revived.
It's revived. Because last season it was just Josh and Ben.
I did try.
I did a bit.
You did. Slacking did some. Yes.
Yeah, like 4.
Like 4.
I appreciate what you did though last season, Slacking. I appreciate you.
Thanks, man. That's nice. I still rank you bottom of the power rankings, but you know, I appreciate the kind
work. I wasn't after anything better than that. I went into this knowing that I wouldn't get higher than last.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching this beautiful video. If you've lasted this long, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed UCC season 11, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.